So we're going to talk a little bit more about time averaging. We've got both gauges set on 10-second averaging, and this one we just press exit and we can see this is 10-second averaging up here as well. So we're going to turn our pressure source on here again, and we've got a positive pressure here being applied to both gauges through this tube. And it's going to take a while for these gauges to actually register this 10 pascal pressure because we're set on time averaging. So it takes a while to get up to the pressure it's supposed to. And so we'll just let it sit there for a while. Of course, on top of that, they're kind of fluctuating a little bit. This one is a rolling average, which updates more frequently, and this one is a block average. So every 10 seconds this takes an average, and this takes a rolling average. So wait till they get up to approximately the same readings. We'll turn the fan off, and you'll notice that even though the pressure in this tube has dropped essentially to 0, it takes a while for this to drop back down. So this has dropped down from 10 down to 3.9. So obviously if we have a very long time averaging set on one of these gauges and the pressure that we're measuring is disconnected, this gauge will continue to show some number in here for quite some time. Here our time interval was 10 seconds, so they'll sort themselves out in 10 seconds. But if we had a 1-minute time averaging set on or a long-term time averaging set on the gauge, then we could get into trouble because we're averaging over that period of time. Now the other thing that we should take a look at is what happens when we turn those gauges off. This gauge is set on 1 second averaging. When we turn it off, turn it back on again, it goes to 1 second averaging. With this gauge, when we turn it off and turn it back on again, it goes back to 10-second averaging. So whatever settings that we set on here will be maintained. Whatever settings that we set on here will go away and will be cleared, and it will go back to the default values.